Hey folks, good afternoon and welcome to Monday's Market Outlook, and what a interesting week ahead we have. My name is Matthew Buckley, call signs Wiz. Appreciate my members' flexibility last Thursday, moving our brief from 1 o'clock to the morning so I could fly up to Washington and head to the Navy Yard to be with my squadron mate, my best friend Chris Dryden, call sign Drip. He and I did 2 cruises, Abraham Lincoln, Kitty Hawk. Combat sorties over Iraq. Really had Drip had 2 careers, man. Did 4 deployments as a Hornet pilot, and then went and became an FAO, Foreign Affairs Officer. Hanging out with spooks and State Department, CIA types. He was the naval attaché when Russia invaded Ukraine, and kind of Forrest Gumped over to Turkey, where he was the attaché when Erdogan, the attempted overthrow of Erdogan. So the man's been kind of at the flashpoint of some very interesting world events. So it was good seeing my old squadron mates from the Mighty Shrikes made it there. Man, they've really gotten old. How did I get younger looking? It's that deal with the devil I made, man. So it was great seeing Drip and celebrating his 30 years in uniform. Definitely a hero for this country, and obviously never forget all our POWs and MIAs missing in action that couldn't be here. All right, folks, speaking of all that stuff, when you're hanging out with agency guys and a couple admirals and generals that were there and having some drinks, you learn a lot of stuff, man, which obviously all off the record, but it certainly has given me a lot more situational awareness as to what's going on. First of all, from the deep state coup that is being attempted by the Democrats and their Brennan plants and CIA, who kind of on the down low changed their whistleblower rules to have somebody. I don't know how you can blow somebody else's whistle or blow a whistle through somebody else, but it's going to get ugly. It's going to get disgusting. And the main reason Nancy and the Democrats did this is because Donald Trump, Bill Barr, and the Republicans are getting ready to unload on everything the Democrats did in 2016. All the treason, the espionage, and it went all the way to the top. Everybody remember McCabe and Strozik's tests, the adulterous FBI agents. Yeah, the White House says they want to be kept informed. When it goes all the way up to Barack Hussein Obama. So this is a Nancy preemptive, hey, let's try and blow up the president before he blows up us, and it's going to blow up this country. And the president's absolutely right to be alluding to a civil war. There's 300 million gun owners in this country, and you overthrow the will of the voters. We're getting very, very close here, man. Fortunately, in the next civil war, I think one side's going to be confused about what bathroom to use, and the other side believes in a well-regulated militia and rights that shall not be infringed. Tell you what, New York, California, why don't you guys just go ahead, go, man. Matter of fact, we'll build a wall. Let's build a wall around California and New York and any other liberal state that just can't stand this anymore, because the feeling's mutual. By the way, if your state or your city bans plastic straws, but on the other hand hands out syringes, and so people can just dump them on the street along with their feces, you got problems. So why doesn't New York and California just go? You guys take all the illegal immigrants and you guys give them all free health care and stuff like that. And then we'll check back in a couple of years and see how you guys are doing. Actually, we won't, because I don't want to know. Like I said, got a lot of good intel over the weekend. I'm sticking with my prediction that in the next 2 weeks-ish, Iran is going to attack something again. And the MBS kind of said, hey, man, if Mohammed bin Salman, he said oil will hit levels we haven't seen in our lifetimes if Iran isn't stopped now. So this guy is kind of implying that if the world does not take a strong and firm action to deter Iran, it's going to further escalations and destabilize the world, threaten world interest. I don't care. I think it's fantastic, folks, that we're energy independent. Obviously, we, for the first time, we're like a net exporter of oil. But hey, man, people who don't understand that if China, Europe, and all these other places that are very, very dependent on oil from the Middle East, their economies implode, we're not going to be immune to it. So all the people kind of saying, we don't have to worry about this now, you're absolutely wrong. We don't have to worry about getting our oil, but we do have to worry about the other world economies imploding. I mean, we can do the whole we don't care about them for so long, but a world economic slowdown will absolutely hit the U.S. Economy. And obviously, these guys, still stomping on the flag of Israel and the United States, and saying, hey, we plan on wiping out Israel someday. Hint, hint, nuclear weapons. Simply cannot go on. So sooner rather than later, and I'm predicting right now, when, not if, the Iranians attack and do something bigger, Nancy Pelosi, little Adam Schiff, and all the Democrats and the liberal media is going to go bananas when Trump responds. I was when I was over in the Gulf, or whenever we launched cruise missiles or did like Desert Fox. I think the Vincent did Desert Fox. What did the Republicans do? Idiot Republicans. What did they do? Because it was in the middle of the Monica Lewinsky and all that crap. They said President Clinton is only responding right now to draw attention away from his domestic shit show. Republicans were wrong to do it then, and Democrats are going to be wrong when they do. I guarantee you in the next couple of weeks I'm going to be doing a brief like this and telling you that Nancy Pelosi is saying that. So another reason Donald Trump should not have waited as long as he did, because now when he responds, since he hasn't responded yet, he's going to look like he's trying to change the subject. Guaranteed, folks. You can take this out of Washington, D.C. 101's playbook. A lot of clown cars going on with trade. We had reports that the U.S. It was actually on Friday when I was sitting there trying to figure out what's going on in D.C. and get some good intel. Said what? Hey, we might actually not allow our company, U.S. companies, to invest in Chinese companies, or vice versa. Kyle Bass, big hedge fund manager that runs Heyman Capital, said what? Investments in Chinese firms aren't safe. Imagine what kind of fraud is behind these companies. He's like, it's bad enough that sometimes we have some fraud in our big companies. Imagine what's going on in those. Those investments are not safe. So Peter Navarro had to kind of jump in front of that, or jump on that. Net, let me give you the cliff notes. Clown car on trade. Yeah, we got a meeting on, when is it, the 11th of October. So we're still, some ways away from that, a week and a half away from potentially good news on trade. So we just did a weekly options brief where we looked at a new bear call spread on FXI. That's the iShares China ETF, the 40.5 bear call spread. We actually did a bullish trade on volatility last week. Look at this weekly options trade. One shot, one kill, man. Look at this. The week before last, we had $7,000 in profit on weekly options trade. Last week, this one expired for almost $2,900. This was a volatility bull put spread last Monday that expired for max profit of $2,900 on Friday. Great time. So we're keeping the love alive here with a bear call spread on FXI, the iShares China ETF. And then we just did our weekly options brief. I did a 2-day bearish trade on the S&P 500, the 3,000 and a half bear call spread. This chart is not good, folks. This is like a head and shoulders. So there's the head, here's the shoulders, and this shoulder is very, very bloody right here. I get that the Dow's up, 160 points right now. That's mainly on Apple. Okay, the Dow ain't seeing a broad-based rally here, and a happy. What's today? Man, it just went out of my head. To all my Jewish friends taking the day off, we're having a lot of low volume today in today's market. Matter of fact, down here in Boca, my kids don't have school today. So low volume today, and I don't believe it. So I kind of think this 3,000 up here, it was support, was resistance, was support. Now we're down here. I think this 2975 area is the one we need to keep an eye on. But net. Wall Street cares more about the China trade war than it does Trump impeachment. The market actually has done well through past impeachments, but big week ahead as far as data, and also a Fed avalanche of speakers. Everybody's speaking this week, including on Friday. We get the Fed chair, Brainerd, George Quarles. Thursday, there's some Fed. Every day this week, there's a bunch of Fed speakers. But the biggest thing on our flight schedule this week is Friday for obviously September average hourly earnings, non-farm payroll, and our trade balance, which should be interesting. So Friday's a big macroeconomic data day. We're looking for a little bit of an uptick in the non-farm payroll numbers from 130 to 140. So going to be a big week. I mean, obviously people are keeping an eye on what's going on in Washington, but it's going to polarize this country. If you hate the guy, you hate him more. If you love the guy, you love him more. And if you're in the middle, you're going to get very, very turned off about all of this. I think this absolutely boomerangs and hits the Democrats in the face. If you do impeach, guess what? The president, in his defense, is going to call everybody. I would not be surprised if Barack Hussein Obama is called to the well of the Senate to put his right hand up about what he knew and when he knew it. The president was investigating the origins, all this stuff. Fusion GPS sound familiar in Ukraine. All this stuff, folks, is going to come out. So Nancy Pelosi, God love her, and being the politician that she is, she pulled the gun first, man, because it's a preemptive punch in the Trump's gut, because he's got all this stuff, folks. He's got the FISA stuff. Remember a year and a half ago, I was furious with the president. Now he's eating it. A year and a half ago, he said, hey, man, I got all this FISA stuff. You wouldn't believe what I've seen. And it goes all the way to the top. He got a call from two countries. He got a call from the UK, and he got a call from Australia that said, hey, man, can you sit on that? And please don't do that right now. It goes to the top of those folks as well. He's got a hand grenade, folks. And last year he said, you know what? I'm going to hang on to this. And I'm still furious. And now he's an idiot for not doing it. I'm furious with the guy because he had him dead to rights a year ago, and he wanted to kind of, so to speak, use it as a trump card. He wanted to pull it out at the right moment. But right now, all the oxygen in the room is being taken up on this, and now he's going to look like a political opportunist if he pulls this thing out, and the Democrats are going to be like, he's just hiding from his impeachable offenses. So here we go, folks. Welcome to the next couple years of your life, and it's going to absolutely suck, but it's going to be fantastic for us here at Top Gun Options. Third quarter of this year was the best quarter of my trading period, and it was mainly because of that, because of August. This was an absolute joy to trade. That's why I want this thing. As an American, I hate seeing volatility in the market. Wearing my flight suit, it brings a tear to my eye. Put my Gordon Gekko Armani suit on. Greed is good. I think this is fantastic, and it's a great time to be an options trader. Look at the Wall Street Journal. Investors flock to options bets. Why? Because we love this. Okay? All right, I got to get going. We got our solo Amazon. We closed that a week and a half ago. We got enough people in there. That's fine. Maybe in a couple months we'll open it up to potential new members, but right now we're full. We're bursting at the seams in that new service. Sent out a bearish trade on that as well. Amazon's starting to do is doing the slide for life, and it ain't looking like it's turning around anytime soon. So we're going to stay bearish on Amazon and pound this thing into the dirt, especially with the most volatile month in the year of trading is October. So I think Amazon heads lower. I think we break this 50-day moving average. So we might be able to get long-term bullish on Amazon at a discount, and get bullish on Amazon for when? Here comes Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas. Every year I hear that we're supposed to, quote, have a bad Christmas. It ends up being better than the last one. So we're going to pound Amazon into the dirt, make some money, and then get ready for it to turn around. Okay. All right. I got to get going. I'll see many of you at 3 o'clock for solo Amazon. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. I'll talk to you tomorrow.